Let's do another example where we're given a graph and we need to use vertex form to find an equation of this graph. So vertex form, just to recap, it's always nice to write it down, is a times x minus h quantity squared plus k. And what we're going to do is plug in this vertex, which in this graph is the point 2, 1, and that's our h and k. So y equals a times x minus 2 plus 1. Oh, make sure to put that squared in there. I said in the last video that that's a common mistake, so it really is. Put that in. Now we need to solve for a. Solve for a using another point on the graph. And that could be any point as long as it goes through the grid lines nicely. Now, one thing to look for is a y-intercept. I don't see one, but this looks like it goes through the grid lines pretty nicely. Do not use the vertex again. What you'll get is like 0 equals 0. It won't work. We have to use another point to find a. So I found a point. It is 1, negative 2. So that's what I'm going to put in for x and for y in this equation. But it could have been any point as long as it goes through the grid lines nicely so that we know where it is. All right, so negative 2 equals a times 1 minus 2 quantity squared plus 1. First step, move that plus 1 to the other side, so subtract 1 from both sides. So negative 3 equals a times, did they give us another one where a is where we don't have to divide? I was hoping that it would be a little different, but nope, negative 1 squared is 1 again. But if this were like a 3, you would just divide both sides by 3. We're just trying to get a by itself. So here a is negative 3. Last step though, always put it back in. So y equals negative 3 times x minus 2 quantity squared plus 1 is the vertex form of this parabola. Our a we found is negative and it's an upside down parabola, so that makes sense. All right, examples 7 and 8 here are actually a lot easier than what we just did. They're giving us a vertex and giving us a, so we're just gonna put it in here. So sometimes problems are easy. Don't make them hard if they don't need to be. So y equals, they tell us a is 8 times x minus the x value, but when it's negative, that changes to plus 5, quantity squared, and then plus k is plus 7. And that's it. That's the vertex form for the quadratic function whose vertex is this and has this leading coefficient. They didn't say get it multiplied out or anything, so I'm just done. Cool. Then example 8, a couple more of these. Find vertex form. So if it helps, write it out, but it's also right here. So it's y equals the a, and they're giving us a. This one's negative, so it would make an upside down parabola. X, the opposite sign for x. Make sure to make it squared. That's what makes it a parabola, not a straight line. And then the same y, so minus 6. So negative 6 times x plus 4 quantity squared minus 6 is the vertex form for this vertex and that a. All right, last one on this page. Y equals, a is a positive 1/2, x, and then we flip the sign, so it's going to become x plus 2 quantity squared, and then same sign for y, so plus 9.